You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
Trying to make sense of the world? You've got Nightlight with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach.
Call our toll-free number now.
Headlines, culture, and real conversation.
And now, our feature presentation.
Here's Pete and Greg.
Welcome back to Nightlight with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach, coming to you live across the Civic Media Network. We're coming to you live across Wisconsin. I am in Radio Park in Racine. Pete, all the way up Lake Michigan, is in Christmas City, USA, Marinette, Wisconsin. And then completing the Yadare Triangle in Madison is Mr. Dom Lee on the ones and twos at a headquarters in Madison. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. We're really appreciating you sharing your time with us. You ever want to be part of the conversation? 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on that live stream if you're out there. We are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. Still ahead, another edition, third installment of the Nightlight Movie Club. Tonight we are talking about the rom-com titan, legendary film When Harry Met Sally, starring Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan. That'll be coming up in just a little bit. Then we're capping everything off with the nightcap, rounding out the show, figuring out what we learned, and having a great time being friends along the way, because it's always about the friends you make along the way. Pete, how are you doing? Did you have a fun first hour?
I had a great first hour, and I think in my limited financial brain, Michael was a great guest. I I pretty much get tariffs, but I think it's the back and forth with, now I want to tariff this. Now I'm not going to tariff that. I don't even know how our economy is still standing with all the confusion.
But I think what it comes down to is you're trying to understand tariffs from a logical sense, which
Correct.
They've always been in the way they've always been used. Whereas what we're seeing now is illogical, weird, and some would say dangerous. But that's for another conversation. Now it's time for the second hour. We're having fun now. It's entertainment. Dom, was that you or Dom? Who did that?
That was me.
Wow. Okay.
This is
all
local
good to know. All right. Good to know. Good to know. All right. All right, Dom, how are you doing? Did you have a good first hour as well?
I had a really good first hour. I'm ready for some questions though as well. I think I'm ready.
Okay, great. Well, let's restate the question of the night then.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Questions.
It's National Eggs Benedict Day, folks. So to celebrate, what's your favorite eggs? What do you like? How do you like your eggs? You like them scrambled? You like them poached? You like to go old school Rocky and just drink them out of a glass raw? No wrong answers here. Weird answers, yes, but no wrong answers. But you could always call or text 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Again, leave a comment on the live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. Got a lot. Didn't just get a lot of answers, guys. We got a lot of recipes.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like people, it wasn't just like scrambled over easy. It was like, sit down, get a pen and paper. I'm going to tell you about my grandmother's recipe now.
Exactly.
Full breakfast.
It's crazy. And some of those are how I like to doctor my eggs up. Like I think I said scrambled at the beginning of the show. That's my favorite. And kind of the only way I can really muscle down eggs. I actually really like them when they're scrambled, but I can't. The runny eggs I can't do. Yeah. And I can't sit across from someone who dips their toast in the yolk.
What?
I know. I have a very limited tolerance for eggs, but I really like them, if that makes sense. I love adding, I think it was Vince on the text line or on social media that said he adds jardinera. I've done that. Mm-hmm. I have a new thing where I add chipotle shrimp to my scrambled eggs. I like to doctor them up, but
chipotle shrimp. To answer Tony's question on the live stream, yes, there will be a Nightlight cookbook coming out, a breakfast version where it's just going to be Pete's version, and it'll just say how to scramble eggs. It'll be 2 pages long, and it'll be mostly pictures. So
let's be honest, that's pretty much people's reading capacity these days. So I think I'm going to hit the sweet spot there.
So before we get into everybody else's thoughts, I want to dive into this a little deeper with you, Pete, because our friend Jane Matinaire legend of Wisconsin radio. She would tell me I can only eat eggs when they are scrambled. And my wife cannot even be in the room when they're being made because she's not allergic, even though I tell her sometimes at restaurants to say that she's allergic so they take her requests a little more seriously because sometimes they'll screw up. She will become physically ill. Like she'll get like nauseous. It makes her very sick to her stomach. And I've watched her try to eat eggs in the sense of like, well, maybe now I can do it. Maybe I'm like a little bit older or it's past. I've watched her try. It's horrible because she does not feel good, but she can't do any eggs whatsoever, and I can't even make eggs in the house because she will be sick to her stomach. Do you have that with eggs, or is it just scrambled and that's the way you like it?
That's just the way I like. You know what? I take that back. That is the way I like them, but I can also have them like we talked about in an omelet. And I think Starbucks has these when I'm doing like protein. They have these little egg bites.
Yes,
I like those. Yep. Those are very good. There's usually bacon or cheese or something, but I kind of get where your wife's coming from. If they're not cooked a certain way, or if somebody cooks them a different way, there's a smell.
No. Eggs. Period. Done. That's it. There's no cooking. There's no right or wrong way. There's no rosettas. It is literally like. It is, if I were to go home tonight and make an omelet or it doesn't matter how I make them, she will have to not be in the house. And I just don't make eggs now because like, it's not worth it to me. But yeah, for her, it is like a thing. She's not allergic, but there also is a reaction for her to the point where I will say at restaurants, I will say like, just tell them you're allergic and then they'll take you seriously. Because she won't. Yeah, and I feel bad. I mean, she hates it. It's not fun for her because, like, she wants to eat a breakfast here and there. It's trying to very, very. Because on the other hand, I'm like, I'll take them any way you want. Like,
Well, eggs are different in the sense that it's kind of weird where they come from. Like the first person who saw a chicken lay an egg and said, "I gotta eat that," was either starving or a pervert. It's weird. When eggs come out, where they come out. Your first instinct would not be, I'm going to cook whatever came out of that chicken's butt and eat it.
Well, I mean, the same argument can be made about milk. Be like,
agreed.
It's true.
I mean, wow, that came from where? I'll pass.
Right? Yeah,
no, thank you.
Those things look gross. What is that coming out? Yeah. And then, now it sustains a society.
And honestly, we don't even need to drink milk. I'm sorry. I'll say it out here. You don't need to drink milk. It doesn't do anything.
I don't drink dairy milk.
You don't need to. We're the only species that drinks milk outside of its use for
Agreed.
What a mother gives their children, their milk. We don't need to do that. But that's, again, a conversation for another Thanksgiving to ruin.
Future question, buddy.
Dom, what's your favorite eggs?
I gotta say, this is an unpopular opinion, but I loved hard-boiled eggs because one, they're really tasty. And two, I can color all over them. I know I colored a whole carton of eggs for Easter these few weeks ago. So I would definitely say hard-boiled eggs. Yes,
there's two purposes for a hard-boiled egg. I love that.
There's multiple uses.
This might gross the both of you out, but I'll tell you anyways because I don't care. Quick Trip has amazing hard-boiled eggs. Great on-the-go snack. Protein.
Really?
Yes. And there's you can get a pack of 2. It's like $2. Like when I'm driving or I'm like, I need something like right now, I'll get a little pack of grapes and I'll get a pack of hard-boiled eggs and it sustains me and it's great. I'm not even on the payroll of Quick Trip. I'm just telling you right now, Quick Trip hard-boiled eggs, the bomb.
Not yet. I would probably go granola bar in that case.
Okay.
But I get what you're saying. I don't think I could eat it's the yolk that kind of freaks me out, even though they're in scrambled eggs. But is that your favorite way to have eggs, Greg?
No, I don't have a favorite way, honestly. Like it depends on what I'm eating. So like in a breakfast, I usually get them scrambled, but I do like to get some over easies, and then I do dip my toast in the yolk because I enjoy that. I love an eggs Benedict. I'll do poached. I'll really kind of just go anywhere with them. I mean, I don't have like, I must have them this way. I mean, we'll get into the text in a moment here. People have very, very specific ways they eat their eggs. But me, I'm just like, I'll just eat them. Give them to me.
Excellent.
Fair enough. Dom, why don't we take a look at our text line and see what's coming in?
Yeah, we have quite a few texts here. We have Brett from Brown Deer talking about weaponizing. I weaponized my texting to go to the film festival for free. That was earlier on.
Well done.
Yeah, you did.
And then he said 2 eggs over easy on top of biscuits and gravy. weaponizes my hunger.
Weaponizes my hunger.
Brett, you're a man after my own heart. I love biscuits and gravy, and I love eggs on top of biscuits and gravy. Just a big old bowl of glop. Give it to me.
Can I just, I love that phrase. You're a man after, or a woman, whatever, after my own heart. Like, it's a great, but when you say that to someone you barely know, particularly to another dude in a business meeting, I let that go because I was nervous. Like when I was in my mid-20s and I said, you're a man after my own heart. And I didn't really know the guy. And he just gave me one of these. He kind of went, totally. I'll never use that phrase again.
I love it. I love that phrase. I'll use it with anybody, anywhere, anytime. I'll use it at my court hearings. Judge after my own heart. We'll see what that does for me.
Juror number 6 is after my own heart. You cannot convict.
Oh, what else do we have on the text line there, Dom?
Yeah, Eric from Madison. Eggs sunny side up, plenty of hollandaise sauce, corned beef hash, and sourdough toast with raspberry jam. That might have been my favorite text. That sounds really good.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. It's like a deconstructed Eggs Benedict almost. I know that's not the right eggs, but still. There you go. What else? Monica, man, getting in.
Yeah, Monica from Mount Horeb only likes eggs deviled/egg salad, or when they're covered up by enough other stuff, it masks the flavor. That's true. Like vegetable eggs for young. Occasionally was forced to eat scrambled or fried eggs growing up, and wasn't allowed to leave the table until they were gone. Would spend hours at the table trying to sneak the eggs to the dog, or drowning them in ketchup and holding my nose shut while trying to force them down. Wow.
Yeah, I don't understand parents of any world where they're like, they force you to sit there. I remember a long time ago, my mom used to do a thing where she would make like cooked vegetables, specifically carrots. And I don't like cooked vegetables. And years ago, I asked her, I'm like, why didn't you just give me raw carrots? I would have eaten those immediately. And she just stopped. She goes, that's a great question. I'm like, yeah.
They just get locked in, right?
Yeah, exactly. And cooked vegetables are disgusting. And I'm sorry that she had that experience. Monica, maybe just don't eat eggs. Sounds like you don't like eggs.
Yeah, that might be
Plenty other ways to get protein.
We also have Robert from Lacrosse. Eggs Florentine, a vegetarian brunch dish that is made up of a toasted English muffin topped with buttery spinach, poached eggs, and hollandaise, not cheese sauce. It's very similar to Eggs Benedict, but swap spinach for ham or bacon. Whoa, man, I'm getting hungry.
Nice. I love the creativity of restaurants nowadays with their Benedicts.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of versions out there. I really enjoy that. Love it. Now I'm hungry.
We still got a few more.
Yeah, keep going, buddy.
Tyler from Wisconsin Rapper said, I like my eggs in a box. I like to eat them with a fox. I like my eggs green with ham. Break me an egg, Sam I am. I am the walrus. Okay, there we go.
Tyler's cheeky.
He certainly weaponized the text lines there.
He sure did. He's very good at that. I agree.
Anna from Madison said, hi, Pete and Greg. I like my eggs in an omelet with cheddar and Swiss cheese. Simple but effective. Yes. And then absolutely. Brett from Brown Deer said, so Trump weaponized tariffs to screw the economy. There we go.
Never had that egg dish before.
It's disgusting. It makes you hate yourself because you're like, I ordered this. I voted for this. Sorry. We're going to read more of your text messages and your thoughts on Facebook, as well as the live streams throughout the second hour. So don't stop sending them. We'd love to hear from you. What is your favorite way to prepare eggs because of our celebration of National Eggs Benedict Day? Do not go anywhere, because when we come back, we are heading into the movie club celebrating the rom-com legend that is When Harry Met Sally, starring Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan, directed by Mr. Rob Reiner. And we'll talk to you more about it in a little bit. But don't go anywhere. You're listening to Nightlight with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. Stay tuned. Stay close.
My little black egg. My little black egg. My little black egg.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, before our show begins, please silence your cell phones. The show is about to begin.
A sort of club.
You two are the boys that run the movie club.
Movie club.
Movie club.
I love these movies. Don't you love these movies?
Movies, more movies.
This is the Nightlight Movie Club.
I like that, Dom.
Slightly better than the other.
Well done, buddy.
That was amazing.
Not bad.
Everything I thought it could be.
Oh, gosh, that was fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Welcome, folks, to the Nightlight Movie Club on Nightlight with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. Tonight, we are talking about the rom-com classic, the 1989 film When Harry Met Sally, directed by Rob Reiner. We're going to be talking about the history of the movie, getting into our thoughts on it, but please be a part of the conversation. 855-752-4842. 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on the live stream. We are currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. And still ahead, too, we have the nightcap where we wrap things up for the evening. But, yeah, we are in the movie club officially, and we are talking about When Harry Met Sally. So when was the last time you saw this movie, Pete?
I would say, well, it came out in 89. Probably I saw it when it came out, and then maybe one other time over the years. Like, I liked it, but I was at that age, I was just starting to do comedy like 1990. I was probably a little jaded. It wasn't my type of movie. I probably watched it the second time and had a better appreciation of it. So I'd say maybe twice at the most. What about you?
I've probably seen the movie 3, maybe 4 times, like once back in the 90s. And I actually watched it last Christmas, I think it was. Maybe watched. I know we watched some of it, but I don't know if we watched the whole thing. But it's just a great film. It's solid. Like it's a solid movie. Like I feel like in its construction. But yeah, we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Dom, have you ever seen this movie before?
I actually have. I watched it with my parents. So this is the second time I've watched it. And yes, it is really good. I would say for me personally, it was the best movie club movie that I've watched so far, in my opinion.
Okay. All right.
Over the Sandlot.
Over the
Gentleman. Okay.
Yes,
gotcha.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Well, good to know. Good to know. Now, the thing for me about this movie that, I guess like I've watched it before, but this time for the movie, I really watched and I took notice of not just the dialogue, but also, especially the credits, if you will. Like if you watch that movie, you've got Billy Crystal, Meg Ryan, Bruno Kirby, Carrie Fisher in those roles specifically. But then Rob Reiner's directing it. He co-wrote Nora Ephron wrote the movie. Mark Shaman, who has done music for 50 years in movie and television, did the music for it. And Harry Connick Jr. did interstitial jazz tunes for the movie. Like this has just got a huge line of talent, both in front of and behind the camera. I mean, it's awesome.
It's interesting because Rob Reiner really just directs. He's written, but he mostly directs. And to me, I've always said everything begins with the script. If you write a script, at least you have some form of entertainment in your hands. Producers can't work without a script, directors, actors, whatever. However, having said that, Rob Reiner, it's almost like he has a style where you go, this is Rob Reiner, which is remarkable because he didn't write the material. But it's paced well, and he's got this tone to it that just screams Rob Reiner. And I don't know if I'd be saying that if I never knew he didn't direct it, because I do know. But yeah, it was just it bangs on all cylinders. And I'm glad I watched it again because, I want to save a couple things till after the news, but I really have a new appreciation for it. It's a very sweet film.
Yeah, I would say for me, when you watch Rob Reiner's films, even though they're almost all different genres. Stand By Me is a very heartfelt story about, young boys growing up. You've got The Princess Bride, very fantasy. This movie, a rom-com, A Few Good Men, a courtroom drama. But it's always grounded in this realism, this reality. There's always a very basic tone to it that where you're like, oh, this is everyday life. There's an everyday life to all of his movies that he made back when unfortunately we lost him last year. But this definitely, when you think about Rob Reiner, it's always at the top of the list because, I said it before and I didn't mean it as a joke. I really do look at it as the Die Hard of rom-coms in as much as before Die Hard, there were action movies, but action movies changed after Die Hard. After When Harry Met Sally, that movie became the comparison, the guidepost for every rom-com afterwards. It's no When Harry Met Sally, or this one's just there's something about it that is just so, fundamental. Right. And it also it translates so well, and also just the stories of the couples throughout the movie is fantastic as well.
Those little vignettes, I love them. Dom, let's do a little teaser here before we get to the news. Let's give the people a minute or so of When Harry Met Sally and encourage people to join the conversation.
Yeah, please.
What can I get you?
I'll have a number 3.
I'd like the chef salad, please, with the oil and vinegar on the side and the apple pie a la mode.
Chef and apple a la mode.
But I'd like the pie heated, and I don't want the ice cream on top. I want it on the side, and I'd like strawberry instead of vanilla if you have it. If not, then no ice cream, just whipped cream, but only if it's real. If it's out of a can, then nothing.
Not even the pie?
No, just the pie, but then not heated.
Uh-huh.
What?
Nothing.
Everything about my Midwestern core sweats when I hear those scenes, because if I'm at a restaurant, all I want to do is make that server's life as easy as possible. And that order to me is like, you're trying to be mean. Like,
you got to get what you
good
paid
luck
for too.
Good luck. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you just want some spit in your food is what you want. Great. Good
Right.
job.
Well, that's the other thing. It's very sweet though, and that comes back later in the movie. Those little idiosyncrasies about people that we love and then we would miss if they were gone. That kind of stuff. So this movie kind of explores all of it. It's great.
Yep. When we come back, we'll be talking more about When Harry Met Sally in this edition of Nightlight's Movie Club here on Nightlight with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. You are listening to us on the Civic Media Network. Feel free to be part of the conversation, 855-752-855-75-CIVIC, whether you're calling or texting, or leave a comment on the live stream, Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. More coming up after the news. Stay tuned and stay close. Welcome back to Nightlight with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. You are listening to us live. I'm coming to you from Radio Park and Racine all the way upstate in Marinette, Wisconsin, a.k.a. Christmas City, USA, is Mr. Pete Schwaba. And then completing the Yad Hay Triangle is Mr. Dom Lee on the ones and twos in Madison at HQ. We're a part of this conversation. I don't know where I was going with that one, guys. You can be a part of this conversation. I'm thinking about eggs right now. I'm drunk on the prospect of eggs. But you can be part of the conversation. Call or text 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on the live stream. Currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. The nightcap is still ahead, but we are deep within the Nightlight Movie Club talking about the film When Harry Met Sally. But we still have a question on deck. What is your favorite kind of eggs? How do you like your eggs prepared in celebration of Eggs Benedict Day? Dom, we had some more text on the text line. A lot of people coming in with their thoughts on eggs.
Yeah, we have a few more. We have John from Columbia County, I think. It's over easy, bacon and hash browns, perfect and period. All right. He said, also wheat toast. Don't forget about the wheat toast.
Perfect and period. Oh, except for one thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much a mic drop, but he's got that is an all-American breakfast right there.
Yeah,
I'll take my toast rye, please. Thank you very much.
Ooh, rye toast.
I love me some rye. I love rye toast.
Also, someone else texting in and don't know their name, but says omelets can be very good. That's very true. Absolutely.
I love that. Omelets can be very good.
Yeah,
sticking up for the underdog.
There you go. Yes, you know that indie label style of eggs known as omelets.
Don't go to sleep on omelets.
Yeah.
We also have Mark from Prairie du Sac said, I'd guess humans started on milk when they became pastoralists or maybe before. And that was our comment early on. And then he also said at the Eagle Inn in Prairie du Sac, they have a skillet special diced prime rib. The hash browns over them, then eggs over easy, and then cheese upon request.
This is where I wish my wife loved eggs because she loves prime. This is right up her alley. Like, oh my God, that looks so good. It looks so delicious.
And then we also have Janet
Just
from
reading
Madison.
the words, I'm like, I'm hungry.
Yeah. And then
10 calories.
Janet from Madison said, when I order eggs, my favorites are over medium. If they're the least bit runny, they're going back. So.
Oh, okay.
I'm with Janet.
See, here's the thing I love is when I go to a buffet and just scoop into that bucket of scrambled eggs and they're a little bit runny. I love that. I don't know why I love that. I do. Yeah. I love my scrambled eggs just a skosh runny.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we were talking about When Harry Met Sally here in the movie club, and we were talking about, the history of the movie. It came out in 1989. The cast is amazing. The people behind the scenes are legendary. And one of the things that I really loved about this movie, I don't know if you guys caught it, because I felt like, and we can have a broader conversation on the person another time, but like it very much felt like an ode to the greatest New York movies made by Woody Allen. Where New York is actually a character. Like this movie, I don't think it'd be, if it was made in LA, like that's the only version we know of it. But I feel like it's so New York in everything it does that again, that city is actually a character in this film. It provides so much, tone and style, and fall in New York is absolutely irreplaceable. It's so cool. But that's one of the things I really like about this movie.
Yeah. And I think it's, you're right. And it's a great setting, a great location for a romantic comedy. And there are some beautiful shots of all. Barry Sonnenfeld is the cinematographer who went on to direct Men in Black and Get Shorty. And his work is fully on display here. It's really good. But
yes.
Yeah, I love the little things in this movie. And I love that I noticed when he picks her up at the University of Chicago when they're going to New York, all of a sudden they're on Lakeshore Drive in Chicago heading toward the Hancock building. Like they did a loop around.
Yeah.
No one would know that. No one cares, but I caught it,
It's like someone took a wrong turn. You're like, okay.
Where are you going?
Yeah.
But love the question, can man and woman be friends if there is physical attraction there? That should have maybe been the question of the night if we're thinking ahead enough. But love the line, the white man's overbite.
Yes, I know that was
so great. And the way he does it, like that made me laugh in my chair. I remember that in 1989. But you're right, Greg, an all-star. You got one of the best directors ever, one of the best rom-com writers or just writers ever. Billy Crystal at the height of his career, Meg Ryan, Bruno Kirby, a fantastic second banana. Loved him in Modern Romance.
Oh, yeah, gosh, yes.
And of course,
R.I.P. Bruno Kirby, Rob Reiner. Didn't Nora Ephron pass away as well? I know Carrie Fisher is gone as well.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher is.
She is still alive. Oh, no. Nora Ephron died in 2012.
She died in 2012.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The movie is just wonderful. And the question, of can men and women be friends? Yes, they can. I have plenty of female friends that I am friends with who I do not want to have a romantic relationship with at all. I felt like what I loved is that, for a movie in 1989, it said all the right, like, standard, basic, bedrock questions or statements that are almost kind of like the influence of a lot of TV sitcoms after that, where they would say things like this, where now you're like, this is a very dinosaur way of thinking. But in 1989, I understand why people may think, oh, yeah, men and women can't be friends. We know that's not the same. But one of the best scenes in the movie is the telephone call scene where Meg Ryan calls Carrie Fisher because she has her own phone, and Billy Crystal calls Bruno Kirby because he has his own phone. And I saw this in the trivia here. That scene with all four actors talking to each other individually took 60 takes to nail.
Oh, wow.
I do not know what I would do with myself if I was like when I have to do voice work here, and if I'm like 3 or 4 tries in, I'm like, I'm done. I quit. This is the worst. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. Get someone else there. But to me, there had to have been some good takes in there, and someone had to say, no, I think we can do better.
It is the whole scene is like a dance. It's like choreographed,
yes,
with the dialogue and everything. And it's so great. My favorite vignettes where the couples are talking is when the guy says, I met her at Eddie Calico's funeral. And then he says, and he was there with someone else. He goes, and then I met her. Like whenever couples call each other by a pronoun like that, I don't know why that cracks me up.
Well,
instead
it also,
of their actual name,
I think that was the story too, where he had like 3 wives, and he like left. Yep. He left the lady he was with in that story for somebody else, and then somebody else, and then you could just look on her face. She's like, I don't know why I said yes in the first place. So
she remembered all their names.
I know, and he's like, yeah, whatever. I wanted to go with her. This is the one I probably wouldn't cheat on, but I'm probably cheating on her.
Here's the one. Okay, so here's my thing about the movie. I think overall, it is ridiculously cute. In a good way. Like it totally works for me. I'm much less jaded now. I appreciated all of it. I really like Billy Crystal until he gets too much Billy Crystal. Like,
what does that mean?
Voices, and I cannot. Please don't do that, Billy. you're a handsome guy, you're likable, but when he does characters as a character, boy, I tune out a little bit. Other than that's my only flaw with the movie, which is minimal.
I get that. No, I understand that too. It's like your Billy Crystal voices in a non-Billy Crystal. Like, yeah, I understand what you're saying there. There were some moments where, I was like, dude, this is some things guys just would never say. It's like why she hasn't slapped him more in this movie was beyond me. But still, it's like he's played. Like, you watch him grow up, and what I did find funny though was, this is 1989. There's no de-aging. There's no CGI. But at no point did someone say, even just in the first one, let's have two young people play them, because in the first scene of the movie where they're together in the car, they're supposed to be like 21 years old. And I'm pretty sure Billy Crystal was knocking on 40 at that point. But, we grew up with that, where the character would play it's just really funny to you're like, oh, you're trying to be a 21-year-old and you're not doing a good job because you're 40. So, no, I really, really enjoy this movie. It's just a solid, fun movie. Makes you laugh, makes you feel good. We did get some clips. There's one scene here that I wanted to play really quick where his character, Billy Crystal's character, is really going through some things. Like he seems really shallow and very surfacey in the beginning, but he's going through a painful divorce, and it's not even the divorce itself; it's the aftermath of trying to get over it. And there's a scene where he finally just lets loose and tells everybody what he thinks about relationships. Go ahead and play that. Roy Rogers, coffee table. I was being nice.
And then Bruno Kirby comes out at the end of the scene with the button with the wagon wheel.
And he just goes, "Don't say a word." Billy Crystal is an amazing actor. Everybody in that movie shines, but Billy Crystal, it's weird. It's a weird reference, but I wanted to watch Running Scared immediately after when Harry Met Sally.
Scared.
That's just an underrated buddy cop comedy from the mid '80s with a very young Jimmy Smits.
Totally.
Maybe we'll watch that way down the road and another time, But I just really, really like this movie. I wanted this very fun piece of trivia, too, that it said the concept of Sally being a picky eater was based on the film screenwriter Nora Ephron. Years after the movie came out, when Ephron was on a plane and ordered something very precise, the stewardess looked at her and asked, "Have you ever seen the movie When Harry Met Sally?"
Oh, that is hilarious.
Didn't say how she answered, just how they asked. But
that's so great.
Yeah.
Were you a little bit I think when they finally get together, they're 34, but it seemed like they were 40. It seemed like 20 years had gone by. At some point, and it's not a long movie, it's an hour and a half, but I was thinking and they had to stretch it. I get that. But I was it seems like realistically, they probably would have connected, because he's in love with her kind of the first car ride. You could see his feelings.
Yep.
And then when they hug later, she is, but then there's still another 10 years. So, but Nora Ephron, phenomenal writer. The script has tons of heart. Rob Reiner brings a lot of heart to the directing. It's hard to find a flaw, really.
And really also one of the most iconic comeback button lines of all time from the diner scene, which I was should we play the diner scene? I'm like, nah. If you know When Harry Met Sally, you know the diner scene, you know what happens. It's a conversation between a man and a woman, and a man says, "Oh, I know how to pleasure a woman." And of course, he's cocky about it. If you haven't seen the movie, I'm not going to spoil it, but you all know this line. It comes from a very special person. Play that line really quick. That was Rob Reiner's mother.
Really? And she wasn't blushing.
She wasn't blushing. She was serious.
Listen, Greg, before we have to go to the break, Rob Reiner's first 7 films, Spinal Tap, The Sure Thing, Stand By Me, Princess Bride, Harry Met Sally, Misery, A Few Good Men. Those might be the best 7 first directed films ever by a guy, and those are all potential Nightlight movie night films. What a record he's got.
Absolutely. And honestly, like, he only directed like a dozen or so. He didn't direct a whole bunch of movies. So what we have is a great collection, and that tribute they did at the Oscars for him was absolutely amazing. But we got to get out of here. When we come back, it will be the nightcap here on Nightlight with Pete and Greg on the Civic Media Network. Stay tuned, stay close. Let us know your thoughts on When Harry Met Sally.
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us.
Welcome back to Nightlight with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. Get in touch with us. Call us, text 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on the live stream. We are currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. We appreciate everyone getting in touch with us. Before we get on out of here, we still have some text messages, some live stream comments, as well as some Facebook messages on our question of the night. What is your favorite way to prepare eggs in celebration of National Eggs Benedict Day? So, Dom, do you want to read off some of those last few text messages?
Yeah, we have a couple more. Anna from Madison said, "Hi, Pete and Greg. I have seen Harry Met Sally several times. When I seen it on TV, I will always stop to watch it. I love it. The famous deli scene was filmed at Katz's Delicatessen in New York. And today, the specific table where Meg Ryan was has a sign on it and remains a popular tourist spot." Oh,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that is
so
really cool.
Nothing like an amazing deli, let me tell you. A great deli makes your day go better.
And then we also have Mark from the Sack said, "Eagle Inn does an egg benny with shaved prime rib instead of Canadian bacon if they have the prime rib available."
Canadian bacon, or as I call it, ham.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to go to Facebook here. We got some comments on our question of the day. Boris Hamilton says, "Scrambled hard." I assume that means he doesn't like them runny. I'm with you, Boris. Shout out to Amanda Nimmer, who also created our awesome movie night graphics.
Yeah. Yes.
Folks, if you follow us on Facebook, you can see the movie night movie club graphics. We post the question of the day there, the guests, the lineup, and a lot of fun stuff. So follow us on Facebook if you're there. Amanda says, "I constantly forget what they're actually called, but I tell the waiters stabby so I can stab the yolks."
Over easy, probably. It's probably hard over. If she wants to stab the yolks, and like if she likes it runny, then it's going to be over easy or over medium.
Okay. And then she got a response on that from our pal Danny Wheels, who said, "Wait, by stabby, do you mean you want the yolks to run like blood?" Nice, Daniel. He's a horror director and an artist. Sean Boyce says, "Cooked." I'm with you there, Sean. 100%, pal.
Fair.
Danny Wheels again says, "Blended raw with orange juice. Then I hit the weight room." Yeah, sure you do, Daniel.
Called him out.
Vince Morato says, "Scrambled, slowly cooked with fresh Parmesan cheese and minced hot giardiniera." Outstanding.
Listen, there you go.
Tim Baker says, in all caps, "Looking at me" in a cowboy voice. What is that? It's got to be from a movie.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Thank you, Tim. Jenny Jean says poached, and Jeff Smith says over easy or scrambled with cream cheese mixed in.
That would give me the tummies.
Yeah, I think that's too much, maybe, Derry.
That's
good. Again, there are no wrong answers. Layman Rob says omelet. Outstanding text. Thank you, everybody.
Robin Tigerton, love hearing from you. Nikki on my Facebook page says, over medium, melt a bit of cheese over them, top with some hot sauce, then wrap them in a flour tortilla. That sounds like a beautiful breakfast burrito. I wanted to get something really quick before we got out of here with Tony. Tony's been lighting it up on the text line tonight, or on the live stream. Love hearing from him. What was the one thing he said here? Do you put hot sauce on your eggs? Oh, Tony, I put hot sauce on everything. You give me some eggs, you give me some potatoes, you give me some oatmeal or grits, I'm putting hot sauce on it, baby.
Love it. Same. A nice, what's the green sauce? I can't, pico, no. Salsa verde.
Okay,
love some salsa verde.
I like. Yep. He also goes on to say, "Ooh, a corned beef hash, love it. That's very, very delicious." Didn't drink much. Just two tree old fashions. There you go.
Yeah, that's from the movie, right?
No, I think that's from my story about going to a wedding in Texas and not drinking a whole lot. Because I didn't. I'm too old to drink a lot anymore. It's like it's like no, thank you. Then Sydney Politics. By the way, Happy New Year, Sydney. Guys, I think you have a troll in the comments. Congrats, you're on the map. Yes, we have. People don't like us.
We'll take it.
And then Sydney also goes on to say, over easy with red hot. Nice. That's great.
Mm-hmm. Awesome answers.
So hungry now. I'm so hungry for eggs. Oh, what
for breakfast?
Pete, did you learn tonight?
I learned a little more about tariffs. That was interesting.
Yeah.
I still don't have, I would say, I have a journeyman's, view of them, but that was fun. And I learned that our listeners, Greg, love eggs.
Yes, they do. And they love very specific eggs, too. It's almost like they're Sally in When Harry Met Sally.
Oh, nice callback, bro.
Thank you.
Love
really
it.
Weaponized this section of the show.
There you go, another one.
Dom, what did you learn this evening?
Same thing, a little more about tariffs. I also learned that I do like rom-coms. I really like When They Met Sally. Okay, yes, I really.
You're young. You're young and not jaded yet, Dom. You should be a romantic still. That's fantastic. I'm glad to hear that.
You don't seem like a guy who will get jaded. You just seem like a good guy. You seem like a really good guy, Dom, and I'm glad you enjoyed that movie. And we'll be telling you more about next week's Nightlight Movie Club pick in the coming days, so stick around for that. And if you ever have a conversation about it, if you ever want to talk to us about it, if you want to let us know the movie we should be watching, a guest we should have, a topic we should cover, send us an email, nightlight@civicmedia.us. Send that information into us, and who knows, if we pick your movie, maybe we'll give you a shout. We'll give you a shout out for sure. That's definitely going to happen. But yeah, let us know. On tomorrow's show, it's already Friday.
How do you like that? Casual.
My good, we're already at the Friday show. Like it's Thursday. I know. Don't at me. It's still Thursday, but I feel like it's what we call Friday Eve. It's Thursday night. So, But we'll be talking to our buddy Matt Miller, film critic. Very, very wonderful guest. He's coming back to the show talking about the Milwaukee Film Festival, movies in general, and maybe we'll get his thoughts on When Harry Met Sally, and he and I will have a total argument about it. You never know.
I hope so.
All right, folks. On behalf of Pete, I want to thank Tucker and Dom and Engineering and Traffic for all the work they do. Without them, nothing works. These mics don't turn on. And everyone who called, texted, everyone who got a comment on the live stream, thank you so much. Without you, there is absolutely no us. Thank you very much to Michael Negron for being our guest this evening. We really did learn a lot about tariffs and other things as well. But don't go anywhere. There's still great programming ahead here on Civic Media. So have a lovely night. Take care. We'll talk to you tomorrow. And Pete, say goodnight to the people.
Good night, Wisconsin.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.